Geyser can lead us in the pledge. Dear Creator and Creator of all, in whom we find our strength, grant us wisdom to take the right measure of time to listen intently, learn the issues that affect our coastal community, and wisely steward our natural resources that we call home. May we balance progress with preservation, and may our decisions honor the people who live here, the visitors who come to share in our bounty, and the lands and waters that sustain us. Bless our council as stewards of Biloxi's future. Guide our conversations with humility, patience, and integrity. Protect our shorelines and ecosystems, and nurture hospitality that welcomes countless visitors with safety and respect and gratitude. In unity, we strive to serve the common good. Amen.
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 I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Before we get started, I just want to remind the council that Councilman Shoemaker is Zooming or Skyping in, so it will require a verbal vote for every measure that we vote on tonight. All right. Do we need a motion to suspend the rules?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, made by Mr. Tisdale, seconded by Mr. Creel. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
No, we got to vote for voice.
Yeah, boy.
That's right. All in favor?
Wayne,
No, all in favor? Wayne, start us off.
we're on voice vote.
Voice vote.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
State your name and then your,
Gray, yes.
okay, thank you.
Marshall, yes.
Mike, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, the clerk would read the revisions.
To the consent agenda, we are substituting item 5E, resolution confirming and approving the oath of office for Dylan Davis, Deputy Clerk of the Municipal Court of the City of Biloxi, Mississippi, and for related purposes.
Need a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Tisdale. We have a second by Mr. Creel. Any discussion?
None on my
All
part.
right, well, we got to take the votes. Mr. Gray, you start us off.
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes. Nail, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, let the record show it pass unanimous. We'll get into the presentation agenda. Mayor's report.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Welcome everyone to Cruising Week here in Biloxi tomorrow. I'm fighting early, about 4 o'clock in the morning. I think they'll be arriving. So I think a number of great things are happening. I showed a lot of activity up and down. So I would hope that everyone will have tomorrow's energy and good time. Before I forget, let me ask you to spread the expenses of the Biloxi travel expense card to the minutes, and do want to give you a couple of updates. We've been engaging with FEMA on a number of occasions, and I think last week we're notified of a successful outcome to one extent or the other on the Lighthouse Pier. The $1.2 million that we were proposing as far as was cost was mitigate or actually driven down to $519,000. We took the second appeal and we were successful in, I think, raising that up by $358,000. The total amount from FEMA without mitigation is, I think, $873,000 and a few pennies. Our next step as far as replacement of the pier would be to submit a revised or a mitigated pier design that would be reviewed and approved for the additional mitigation. So, if we're very, very, very successful, we will get the 873,000 plus another 873,000 to do the concrete pier, the flow-through decking, those things that we were asking for additional costs, so we would just replace the pier once. So at this point, again, through the engagements of a lot of folks, including, and still could even get a little bit more consideration, through our congressional delegation, we're going to proceed with that, as well as we were supported by the state of Mississippi, and in particular MEMA, with our second appeal of our infrastructure, Katrina infrastructure, asked for the completion of the last two parts of the project. And we'll hopefully be successful with that, and there's a number of things going on in that arena. So those two things, one real good thing we got additional funds. It's not as much as we wanted, but it's something that we can work with. So our next step as far as the pier is to submit some plans, revised, they can review and say, well, they'll give us the 870,000 plus a figure. We hope there'll be another 870,000, coupled with probably a couple of million to do the things we need to do to rebuild that pier one last time. So, and I think, Rick, I think that concludes my report, right? Good, that concludes my report.
All right.
Is there a question? Real quick, so would that be with the existing plans, or would the plans that Seymour Engineering already
Yeah,
has?
that's our next step, is to meet with Seymour Engineering and our group to go by the final design that we would submit to them. It may or may not be with some of the bells and whistles that we talked about. Bottom line, we were hoping for 2.2, and we got 1.7, so to speak. We may be able to engineer some reduction in things, but without really giving up the whole functionality of the new technology, the flow-through decking, concrete piers, concrete pilings, and that sort of thing.
That'd be Dr. Tisdale's Plan B. We would just go with the plans.
B, C, or D. It might be B, C, or D. So,
Thank you.
no, not yet. But that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Mayor. There being no departmental reports, we'll move to council reports. Mr. Gray?
First, I'd like to welcome back Mr. George Lawrence.
All right, we'll do that.
Altered Reality Brewing had a cleanup from Porter to Cavett Street. Mr. Weaver attended it. Looked like a very good turnout. Did a great job. Just so many events, we can't try to get to them all. The skate park had a big event too Saturday. It looked like they had a real good turnout there. October the 18th, we got the ornament prep. We still need volunteers to help us with that. So, and if I get Mr. Jamie Lee, come on up. Can you give us an update on the signs for the parks?
For the parks?
Yes.
Good evening, council. We had a design that the mayor approved that the sign shop is now working on, and they are fabricating one of those signs, a prototype, if you'd call it, that we can put out and try to make sure we get everything correct on those parameters, height, things like that. And then once we do get that and it's approved finally by the mayor and everything, then we will begin putting those signs out at places that we do need those signs.
Let me jump in. And so, the signs you see as you exit I-110 on the Bayview, that would be the shape, and just, reduced to 6 foot across or whatever in the open space. So that's sort of a design that we'll implement as we replace signs across the board.
Okay. And can we get some no alcohol beverages at all the parks? Yeah, it's the one on Benaki. They sit underneath there and drinking, and maybe no dogs allowed at them.
No alcohol.
And I don't know if we can do a curfew on the parks. Because the homeless has been going in there. That one and the Lighthouse Park, they've always in there. So if we can get something, at least if there's no signs up, Chief Miller can give him something to work with. If there ain't no signs, they can do that. No dogs in there, because a lot of them has been going in there, putting their dogs in there and locking the gate and using it for their own kennel, and it's designed. We ever get anything figured out on that little walkway for Benaki Park, the Hornsby Park?
No, sir, but we will check it out and give you an update very soon.
Okay, yeah, we get that. And is Miss Labata here?
Be back and she's out right now. She'll be back.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's all I have for now until she comes back.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gray. Mr. Marshall? I'm sorry, what?
Come back to me.
Come back to you, okay. Mr. Nail?
Okay. Jamie, I was going to ask you something. The update on the bathrooms at Hiller Park.
We recently met with a contractor to look at the replacement of the roof at the one by the basketball courts. I'm just awaiting for that quote to come back. Because, of course, before we start investigating fixing the insides, we want to make sure that we have the roof fixed. And as soon as we look at the options on that, then we hopefully will begin on the inside of the bathrooms. The structure seems to be still pretty sound, so we think we can look at some options of just replacing the fixtures, looking at securing that existing building that is there by the basketball courts.
We can't do that in-house. We got to get a contractor?
Well, the roof, there's a lot of structural roof damage that we will have to get replaced for that. Yes, sir, so that will have to be.
Right. And look, on the Friends of Hiller Park, I think they're gone. I don't think we have Friends of Hiller Park there.
I was talking with Rachel about it, and we are investigating to see if there is anything
Right.
left there with that.
And there's actually a homeless girl living in there. Yeah, you know where the trailer that's in there, the container, shipping container,
Right.
she's living under it.
Okay.
So Chief might want to check that out.
That would be, yes, sir.
All right, and then I was asked engineering something.
Thank you, man. You good? I'll get you back. You need your steps. You need your steps.
Hey, I was just wanting to know, on the sidewalk
Yes.
that you're having, what is the problem?
They pulled off to go do some other job, some other work they had going on, but it's on my list. I need to find out and get them back out there.
I mean, they came like 3 times and did a little bit of work all 3 times.
And I need to have a conversation with them once they
And everybody
start.
tells me it's the city of Biloxi. And I'm like, we got to get away from, that's the way we work.
Yeah, nope, I agree completely. I agree.
That job should have been done like one day, poured and everything,
Yeah,
one day.
I agree. I agree.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hang on, just stay right there.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
oh,
You know?
You got
No, we got
something,
one
Mr.
more.
Gray, you forgot?
Okay. All right, can you work on an estimate for the paving for Keller Avenue, Comfort Street, and Lee Street? So we maybe try to figure out how to find the funding, maybe start up a hot dog stand. I don't know, something to get the money.
Poor boy
And
sale.
where we at on, and where we at on the road and bird repairs? Have we looked at it any farther?
Oh, we haven't really looked at it any further. We can pull up a cost estimate, do a cost estimate on that if you'd like. But right now, there's no funding, so we haven't really moved forward with anything. But if you'd like a cost estimate on that.
Right, that way, in case we do happen to find some funding somewhere, we kind of know what we're looking at, what we need to do.
I'll be glad to.
All right, thank you. One more thing. Can we close the meeting out on behalf of Bobby Irby, longtime Biloxi Wool Market resident, and Mr. Mr. Mosai Hebert, a Marine. He just passed away, battling, different issues, but
Councilman, when the time comes to recess or adjourn, we'll give you that privilege to close the meeting in their memory.
All right, thank you.
I still got one more.
All right.
All right, on the Broadwater property, I think that we need to write them up. They're not paying attention to what somebody, if nobody's telling them nothing, on Irish Street going over the tracks, it's terrible. And I just don't think that they're even trying anymore. I mean, can we write them up? Like we do everybody in Biloxi, we write them up.
Jerry can take a look at what violations are doable.
Jerry's probably going to show us some pictures later on of some properties that needs to be cleaned up. They're going to look like town green compared to Broadwater.
We'll look at it.
Okay, thank you.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
All right, Mr. Creel.
At this time, if I could, if it's the proper time, I'd like to present a workshop for immediately following the 1:30 p.m. council meeting on the 21st of October, with the subject matter of meeting to discuss the memorandum of understanding among Harrison County, Mississippi, the city of D'Iberville, the city of Biloxi regarding Save Our Sound Coalition Fund and the financial obligations of the city of Biloxi. So that'll be immediately following the 1:30 council meeting on the Tuesday the 21st, if it's approved.
With no objection, we'll go ahead and schedule that meeting. All right. Thank you, Mr. Creel. You got something?
Yeah, so the pure question is good. Any update on the Sanger as far as the carpet, anything inside or?
Any update on that? Yeah.
I actually emailed them today, and they're supposed to get me, they're going to get with their manufacturer and get me an estimated shipping date. She said they'll probably hear back from them tomorrow
Okay,
on the shipping date for them.
so that's on the carpet, and then what about the, and I don't know the proper term, the things that hold the lights, the
Flywheel.
the flywheels that hold, is that anything on that?
The things that hang and some of the things that we're using from the replacement of I think we had some donations on some curtains as well as
That's right.
the battens. There's about 10 battens that we have saved that we'll rehang. Overall, as far as the goal of the Sanger, there's something, I think Christmas on the Avenue, we're hoping to have an event on that Saturday. I think 19th is a Friday, 20th, but to do something, if we're successful in having carpet installed, that's how close we are. But the curtains and the battens we have in our possession, we just got to hang them. And the original curtains too are part of there. We've got some audio, actually not audio, but sound system stuff that we can, put in place for that thing. But our goal is to have something.
In December?
At 20th, yeah.
Okay, perfect, thank you. As far as Public Works and/or the administration, thank you guys, man. Pops Ferry Road looks great from start to finish. The easements, the sidewalks, from Pass Road all the way around Cedar Lake and even into up to Gay Road. It looks amazing and great job, especially for this time of year with the amount of cruisers we have that are on those streets. So thank you guys for taking care of that. And last but not least, next Tuesday is our off Tuesday, so we'll have a Ward 4 meeting at Margaret Sherry Library at 5 p.m. It'll be in the same area where we vote. Jerry Creel, our Community Development Director, has agreed to come, as well as Superintendent Marcus Boudreau will be there to say a few words as well. So look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Mr. Tisdale?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Christie, you don't need to come up. If you would, could you work on a cost estimate for the infrastructure issues on Pine Grove Avenue? That's in the Briarfield subdivision. And again, the county has some paving dollars available, and there's been a lot of trench work done with apartment complexes, short-term, and all that stuff. So anyway, if you could give me some idea of what that cost would be, and because that's going to have to be taken care of before we pave anything out there. And the second thing is, for all of you who received an email from me My femur is not broken. Thoughts and prayers, thank you. Apparently they work, but my femur is not broken. I will say I'm terribly disappointed in that scam that they were only asking you to send in 2 $100 Apple gift cards from Amazon. I thought I was worth more, but on the open market, apparently not. But since everything's relative, I don't know what these guys are worth. They may be worth 50 or $100, but I received a number of calls and texts, and
How many gift cards?
thank you for all of that. I'm not telling. Anyway, just wanted to get that out there. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tisdale. Mr. Shoemaker.
Yeah, could you come back to me, please? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was
I
ready.
just have two
I was
things.
so ready.
28 October at 6 p.m. It's a Tuesday night. We're going to have our annual trunk or treat at the Eagle Point Park. So hopefully attendance will be up a little bit this year. It was down a little bit for the trunks last year, so hopefully we can get some more volunteers to come out and hand out candy. And on November 13th at 6 p.m. at the Woolmarket City Center, I'll be having a Ward 7 ward meeting at, again, 6 p.m. on November 13th. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. All right, Mr. Marshall.
All right. Jamie?
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the Henry Beck Park, I noticed that the guys are out there, can't be beat fence, doing the fencing. Came out pretty good. We're looking at the gates. Do we have an idea when you're gonna do the gate fix? We got one gate fixed, what about the other gates?
The other gate, I want to say, is located at Hiller Park. We removed it when it was damaged and put it there, so we'll look and see what it would take to get that other gate back on there.
Okay, you have a time frame?
Couple weeks.
Okay. All right, on that, getting the park so we can close it, lock the gates. Do you have a plan we can walk through and show me how you plan to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'd like to be able to schedule that so we'll know. I have citizens that are concerned. We do know that the park rules are, we have a closing time and things like that. We want to make sure that, not just saying we're closed, but we want to lock the gates on that park. As far as signs are going, we do need signs that they're going to be saying no smoking and no drinking, no alcoholic beverages rather, and we're going to need the dog signs. I want to go and get them up as soon as possible. The reason why I'm doing that because come January, I'm going to be working with you and the police department to start enforcing the rules of that park. Basically, you know, having the laws, having the rules there, and not enforcing them doesn't really help. But I'm talking to people as I walk through the parks, letting them know that come January, you know, they're gonna have to be, you know, that these activities will no longer be tolerated. I think they just about got, I appreciate you getting the fence up and everything. Appreciate you, Mr. Weaver, getting the fences up and everything. And the parks, the guys been working pretty good on cleaning and everything. It's just a matter, you know, it's not their fault. You know, they're clean, they come out, go ahead and do the same thing again. Also remind the guys when they're cleaning, anything that is not attached to that park, take it with them. Like, yes, this morning, it was boots. Somebody just took the boots off. Any clothing items that they find, take it with them. Anything that's not attached to the park, take it with them. Furniture, whatever, take it with them. All right, thank you. Mr. Mayor, the Singer Theater, did you get, I was trying to hear, I don't know, I probably misunderstood, I didn't hear it. Did you give a time when we could start booking the Singer Theater?
No, I didn't give you a time. We're hopeful that the first event, which would be a Christmas-related kind of video, will be, you know, first opportunity to walk into a singer that has, you know, most of the bells and whistles. No, I did not get a time to start booking the event.
Do you have a time, maybe?
No, not at this point. We're examining what some of the past that we've explored together as explored before with regard to vendors and booking not only the Sanger, but some of the other venues that we have. We'll do that as rapidly as we can since the budget has been settled. And almost everything has been done that we can start booking things.
Okay, thank you, sir. Ms. Labate. Mr. Gray named out several streets in his ward that need to be paved. Before I go through the trouble of naming other streets in my ward, I just want to make sure I heard you clearly when you stated, is there any, do we have money for paving roads?
No.
So that is a no. Okay.
Hopefully, our internet use tax money will be coming in soon, and then I'll be sitting.
Christie, I think you do have a published list at this point on who, as far as the list we had as we ended the last year. You still have that list that you can provide to them. These are the things that are on the radar, not that there's there's ability to prioritize and give each ward, each council person to say this is, number one, number two, and maybe revise the sequence of events. Should the money pop up and be allocated, at least understand that this is top to the bottom. We can provide that list to everybody, at least the last iterations of that.
Just updated not that long ago.
When do we do the contract again for paving?
Be redone.
Okay, so I mean, within the next 2 months?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, and that I think winds up with X amount of tons of asphalt that they would put in place. So, if the budget shows, how many tons did we do? 2,000 tons?
I don't remember off the top of my head how much.
So I think we kind of have an idea of what it would take, the bid. We're asking these vendors to come up with the best price so they can install X amount of thousand hours. But I think it's 2,000 or 3,000 tons. And if you can do the arithmetic, I think 4 inches times the feet times a factor, whatever type of asphalt, because there are different options on that. So it's a matrix that we would and we would put together, but at least get the list of where we are, what was requested in prior year or years on where we are, and then we can update that list and then we'll work it down.
Mr. Labate, the question was, do we have funds for paving these roads he just mentioned and the roads that I want to talk about too?
Not at this time, no, sir.
No. Okay. All right, thank you.
That conclude your report? That conclude your report? Does that conclude your report?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, I got a few things. First, I also want to acknowledge my former colleague on the council, George Lawrence. He's looking so much happier these days. Big smile on his face. He's more pep in his step. He looks pretty good. You look pretty good there, Councilman Lawrence. Good to see you. Want to report, happy to report this past weekend we had another 70-team baseball event. I was out there both Saturday and Sunday. Despite the rain, we got most of the tournament in. And it was just really, really good to see all those cars filling up the parking lot and all the teams that were from Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and it's just good. It's a good thing. Jamie, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind, because I know just over a week ago you provided some statistics to all the council members that you had a similar tournament, and according to the numbers from coastal Mississippi, it generated $4 or $5 million. Is that correct? Is that the numbers that you saw?
That was, yes, sir.
And we had participants, they said somewhere around 6,000, 7,000?
6 to 65, 6 to 500, 6,000, 500. Yes.
I would guess this tournament this past weekend was as successful as the previous one.
Yeah, yes, sir, it sure was.
Well, it goes to show you in the past, if we would have had the amount of rain that we had on Sunday, that tournament would have been canceled. Everybody would have been going home early. And so the investment we made in our youth, in our parks, is certainly giving the rate of return that we expect. Thank you, Jamie.
Yes.
Also, I don't know if I could get this, I'm going to request it from the administration. What is the commercial water rate for like Sherwood Trailer Park? Do we have that information? Can I get it?
What is it now?
The commercial, the water rate per 1,000 gallons or whatever they charge, if I can get that, they just want to compare their bill because there was a discrepancy in a previous year, a previous couple of years where they got audited and they had to pay a little bit of money because they were charged the wrong rate. They're concerned, they think that they're paying about the same and they just don't want to get a surprise at the end of the year or another audit. So I just want to compare that to their bill. The other thing they reported is that they tried to pay their bill online. We use a service to allow folks to pay their bill online.
Not at this point, but there can be a draft hit your.
You can sign up for a draft, and the problem they ran into with that is the water bill is too high. They said they won't accept the draft because what they're paying exceeds, I guess, one of their limits. Is anybody aware of that?
I'm not aware of it.
They don't want to accept your money because you're trying to pay them too much.
I'm not aware of it, but what we are doing investigating and there's some mechanism that our supplier Munis, Tyler Technology, has a very specific set of interfaces that we have to, it's not like getting PayPal to do things that, if you want to pay it with your check account at PayPal and no percentage of like you would a credit card. Sure. We're already investigating that. It's going to take some, effort from Tyler. Rachel's not here today, is she? But we can give you an update on it because there are some things we're looking at that would make things easier. Much like, I think the power company, Mississippi Power, has a very graceful interface to pay a whole sequence of things and without a lot of rigmarole.
Sure.
But again, there's a challenge with our software company that provides utility billing and the ability to interface with the third-party payers.
Okay. Well, I'm just reporting it so y'all can investigate it further. She did say, however, she could go down to the water company and pay them with a check or whatever, but she likes the convenience of doing that from home.
Yeah.
All right. Public Works, I'm also going to shout out not only for the great work that y'all did along Pops Ferry Road, but also along Hudson Cron, Old Highway 67, and of course Cedar Lake. There's a misnomer, I think. Certainly, we make a big push as Cruising the Coast comes to town, but I try my best when I see them out and about throughout the year. I mean, I look back, there were some posts in June and July that I posted and earlier where Public Works was out there in the middle of the heat and they were doing their job as well. I understand there's some exciting things. I'm not going to steal the administration's thunder, but I understand we got some things coming down the pike that are pretty exciting as it relates to Public Works, and we'll hear about that later. Cruising the Coast, you hear those engines revving out outside this morning. I got a report there were 9,000 cars registered. I just got a text literally 2 minutes ago from Woody Bailey. He said there's over 9,500 cars that are registered. I think the record is just over 10,000, so we may be on track for a record. We'll see. Also, I'd like to ask my colleague, when we adjourn today, if you could add Roland Weeks. He lived in Biloxi along with his wife. He's a longtime publisher of what eventually became the Sun Herald. It was the Sun, it was a morning newspaper, and it was the Daily Herald, which was the other counterpart to it, and they combined it later and became the Sun Herald. All right, the last thing I got. I attended a public meeting with the Sound Coalition to hear updates and significant progress with the efforts that we've been making over the last several years. I appreciate my colleague, Councilman Creel, for calling for a workshop to do a little bit more deeper study in this. Councilman Creel also is championing the new Beautification Commission, and I applaud him for that and his vision for it. I feel like I've championed the Sound Coalition on many fronts. On tourism, with the Mississippi Hotel and Lodging Association, with my friends in the seafood industry. I grew up on Oak Street, I didn't have blisters on my hands. I had calluses on my hands working in that trawl shop, making those nets, repairing the nets for those shrimpers and fishermen along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I also used to go when I was a little kid with my father down in Plaquemines Parish, down in Terrebonne, down in all those Louisiana parts, and he'd bring them a ruler with our name on it and our information, our address and phone number, and he would talk their language. He could talk their language with the best of them and develop some strong relationships. And, you know, it doesn't break my femur, but it certainly breaks my heart to see the erosion of the seafood industry and our fishermen when we used to have thousands of fishermen come to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and now we just got a handful. And I only say that for a couple of reasons. I was disturbed by the WOX jumping out there, and I believe it was misinformation. They made it sound like we were allocating or expensing $250,000 a year. That is incorrect. We have a restricted fund for the Save Our Sound Coalition that we've put $250,000 in, and they're able to, and that's an agreement with Harrison County. D'Iberville is participating, and it's an agreement that they can draw from that account. And they've never drawn, it's about $100,000 is the most, I believe, right at $100,000 in any given year that that we've expensed from that account. And I got some points I'm going to just read off in a minute. It was also reported that we budgeted $500,000 in overtime for the police department. That's not entirely true. We budgeted $787,000 in overtime for the police department. But that's the reason that we're having this workshop, is to get all the facts clear and have some clarity. And I hope my colleagues will look at all the information, because I don't know how many meetings y'all been to, how many Save Our Sound Coalition meetings that y'all been to. I know Councilman Tisdale's been to a handful, but I don't know how many that y'all been to see the work that this coalition has done. 2019, 2020, they opened the spillway twice in 1 year. That has never, ever been done. And I think I asked one of my council members in one of our previous meetings, did he know how many hundreds of gallons or hundreds of thousands of gallons or how many millions of gallons? And it was just kind of a test. It wasn't millions of gallons in those 2 years. The first opening, it was 10 trillion gallons of polluted river water that came into our Mississippi Sound, and we know what the effects were. It devastated our oysters, it devastated the marine life, it devastated the shrimping and crabbing industry, and the tourism industry. At the peak of the summer, we were dropping occupancies in the 40% range, and I hope Linda Hornsby, our executive director, will come to our workshop and she can kind of give you those numbers. And that doesn't just affect those owners that have a stake in it. It affects those waitresses, it affects those desk clerks, those housekeepers, everybody that depends on tourism and the related businesses, you know, that depend on our tourism industry. What else happened? Beaches were closed. You had signs on the beach saying beaches closed. Because of what? Because of algae blooms. And the psychological damage that did is irreparable. So I only say this, and I'm going to spend a little time on it, because I know without Biloxi's leadership, who was affected and impacted probably more than any other coastal city along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, I think you would have seen the spillway opened again. We came within inches this past year. They were projecting, in fact, they were in the media, they were saying that they anticipated the Mississippi River to exceed the height and that they were going to have to open those spillways again, but they didn't. They were within inches. In the past, it was only their projection. It would be 2.5 feet from the flood stage. They'd go ahead and open it because they said they anticipated it, that it was going to be so much flood water that they needed to do it. They've paused this time, within inches. So I hate to see how it would have affected this week when we were in the middle of cruising the coast, what it would have looked like if they would have opened the spillway, and it would have affected us like in 2019 and 2020. We have reports that all the oysters are coming back. They're coming back. It's been one of the banner years where they're projecting we're going to be able to have a great oyster harvest. they would have opened that spillway, we wouldn't be having an oyster season this year. So, you know, I spent some time this weekend, and I'm about to wrap this up, and I apologize for the time, but hey, that's nothing for these meetings. They usually last about 3 hours anyway. Spent some time, I had about 50 or 60 points. I actually trimmed it down a little bit. It's about 19 or 20. But Biloxi should be proud of our contribution to the advocacy it has supported thus far with the Mississippi Sound Coalition. They've gotten some real results that I want to remind everyone here. The coalition won a major lawsuit for Biloxi and Harrison County against the U.S. Corps of Engineers that in effect has them now listening to our concerns, whereas they wouldn't even talk to us before. And again, all these meetings, I attended meetings in Baton Rouge, I attended meetings in Plaquemines Parish, Bay St. Louis, Long Beach, Pass Christian, in Biloxi, DMR building, Gulfport, and in Jackson, Mississippi, and even in Vicksburg. So I'm going to continue and try to wrap this thing up, and I'm so passionate about the work that these good people have done. And they've actually got a grant, and I'm going to talk about the effect of a grant that they were able to secure. Coalition wrote a lengthy objection to the application of the Corps of Engineers permit that Louisiana's Coastal Restoration and Protection Authority had applied for to build the Mid-Breton Sound diversion that would have dumped millions of gallons more in the Mississippi River and into our systems. They were wanting to do the diversion so they could develop land, so they could commercially develop it, so they could get rich. The Coast Coalition stopped that. The coalition then met with the head of CP, or the Coastal Restoration Project, and had gotten the Mid-Breton Sound diversion suspended. The coalition's ability to back its objection with litigation, if necessary, added strength to that request. Did you know the coalition's advocacy with our U.S. congressional delegation has led to Congressman Mike Ezell planning an official House Committee congressional field hearing to be held right here where you sit today in City Hall? Did y'all know that? Did you know Mike Ezell's office is wanting to plan a congressional hearing right here at City Hall? I don't know if you knew that. This is a huge win. It would be a step backwards, and we would not be prudent. It wouldn't be prudent for us now to be perceived as not supporting this effort. Our support enabled the coalition to write applications and obtain from Mississippi's legislator a Go Mesa grant. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that we were able to use this coalition effort to write a grant, a Go Mesa grant? You know what that grant was? It was over $1 million for scientific studies to educate and inform the Corps on what really is happening to our sound and how to change the way they use the Morganza and the Bonnie Carey spillways. The grant is also funding a contract that the coalition entered into to install the first ever water quality gauge at the Wrigley's. Y'all know where the Wrigley's is? No? Some of y'all do. That's right before it gets here into the Sound, the Wrigley's. That's where all that water comes in Lake Pontchartrain and then empties into the Mississippi Sound. Anyway, the grant work also helped to jumpstart communications, including getting broad national media attention, database building, and the website. Y'all been to the website? Have y'all been on the website? Save Our Sound website? Let me give it to you. You ought to do some homework in advance of this meeting on the 21st. The website is saveoursoundmississippi.org. If you haven't gone to it, please do. Everything is there. It accumulates information daily and is now a valuable resource to all things related to this issue, all due in part to Biloxi's contribution to this effort. And the latest result of the advocacy, the coalition drafted and presented to Congress a proposed congressional bill that will elevate this problem to the national level. Anybody heard of the Northern Gulf Estuary Protection Act? Y'all heard about it? It's a 33-page act. Advise you to try to get a copy of it if you want to see what the work that we're doing with the Coast Coalition. The act will protect Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama's seafood and tourism industries from harmful polluted Mississippi River water. It would take a holistic approach to managing the massive 31-state Mississippi River Basin. In case some don't know the mechanics of our contribution, Biloxi has an agreement with Harrison County along with the Iberville to help fund this work. The coalition is actively working to recruit participation from other cities, and in fact, all of us, every one of us here, if we're real serious about making a difference, should reach out to our counterparts in other cities and enlist their help in this important effort. Have y'all done that? Y'all reached out to our counterparts and told them how important this is? Biloxi's willing to take the lead, but we need you to help us. By the way, this is a fight. It's a fight for our way of life, our seafood industry, our tourism industry, and our boating and recreation in the Sound. Another opening like this in 2019 would once again kill the oyster industry, cause tourists to run to other states like they did the last time it was opened this way. And I'm sure y'all been out to the islands. Anybody been out to the islands? Horn Island, Ship Island? Anybody been? I know, I've seen the pictures on Facebook. Don't smile, Wayne. I've seen you out there. It's beautiful, isn't it? Talk to Captain Louis Scametta. Talk to him when the spillway isn't open. You got beautiful water out there, crystal clear water, pristine water that people just, you're so grateful. Why would you go anywhere else? The spillway opens again, you won't see it that way. It's plain and simple math. We talk about math on the budget and everything, but if all those things happen again and the flooding was 1 foot or 1 inch away, the effects on Biloxi's pocketbook, the seafood industry, and the tourists that provide taxes to Mississippi desperately needs will go away. This is a return on our investment. It's not just a feel-good environmental issue. It's far from it. Biloxi is a leader, whether people think so or not. And we need to remain at the forefront in investing in this vital lifeline to our livelihoods. It's been said that this is a David and Goliath issue, and we've hit Goliath right between the eyes at least a couple of times with some successful litigation. That concludes my report.
I have one thing to say on this. It's not that we just want, as a councilman, I'm sure we can all agree, we just want everybody else to pay their fair share. We don't, we pay so much at it. Whenever we're struggling to get roads paved and things paved, it's just that we want Long Beach, past Christian, Waveland, we need Pascagoula, Ocean Springs, all of them should be paying their fair share.
Let's go talk to them, Wayne. Let's go talk to them, but let's not stop this right now and come so far.
I mean, we're putting $250,000 in it, and they're not putting anything in it. Dalville's putting some. Hats off to them. At least they putting some and not nothing.
We got a $100 million Go Mesa grant out of these efforts to be able to get the scientific data to get the Corps engineers over in Louisiana that never looked our way ever.
Right.
They just opened those. They opened them up. They didn't care what Mississippi said. They do now. They do now.
They do, but they're also benefiting from the Go Mesa grants and all that stuff. So they can afford, I mean, if they put $25,000 in there, and we wouldn't have to put as much in there, that'd be a help for us.
Let's go talk to them, Wayne.
I agree.
Let's reduce our amount. Look,
I'm serious.
I'm saying don't eliminate it, so we bring the number down. I don't know what that number is, 150, whatever it is. And let's go talk to our counterparts. Have we done that?
Question. Question, just real quick, just a point of order, is council comments question and answers, or is it council comments, first of all? Second of all, this is why we called for the workshop, so you could use that at the workshop. I understand your passion, we're all passionate about the mission of Save Our Sound. What we're not passionate about is us being under the financial obligations that we're currently under. That's it. We're not questioning the work that they do. We're not asking them to stop doing the work they do. We applaud their efforts. Every one of us up here do. None of us are saying that we want that coalition to end. What we're saying is, based on our budget deficit or shortfall, based on our budget and where we are, we're asking for assistance. And if you read the ordinance, which I'm sure you have, it states other public and private entities will step up to provide funding. I haven't never seen in other Mississippi, I don't even know what the zip code is because it doesn't exist. Right now, we're the ones that are under the financial obligations with the county and the city of D'Iberville. I'm not questioning the efforts of the Sound Coalition. I'm not questioning your passion. What I'm questioning is there a way for us to simply revisit, reassess our financial obligation? The financial obligations that we're under right now was put in place with the previous council. It's only fair for the 4 new members of this council to be able to sit down in a workshop and reassess and revisit what you guys put in place many years ago. Simple as that.
You asked me a question, so I'm going to try to answer it.
You asked me a question. My question was, is council comments question and answers, or is it comments? That's the only question.
I'm trying to answer it. I'm trying to answer that. So each councilman has a council report. You can speak on any subject that you want. If you want to ask that councilman a question during his council report, we've allowed that. We've done it when the mayor gives his report. We've done it when the councilman gives his report. So yes, it is allowed. And yes, despite a workshop being called, if you have the passion and if you have the knowledge and you want to share that during your council report, you do have the right to do that, and you should do it. You know, so to answer your question, yes, you have a council report to give, I have a council report to give, and you can give it. We've seen it. We've seen the passion from Mr. Marshall, we've seen the passion from all of us up here. But when I see some stuff get into the media, before we have a workshop, I thought I'd set the record straight tonight a little bit, because again, 6 years ago, that spillway was open. And we've been holding these meetings with the Coast Coalition, and the only one up here that I've seen at those meetings have been Mr. Tisdale. I've seen people, local fishermen, I've seen the tourism industry, I've seen the chamber members, I've seen other cities, and again, like I stated, if we think other people, let's go talk to them. If you want to reduce it, I didn't say let's not reduce. We didn't know what amount was the appropriate amount when we discussed, and we established an account. But we don't pay $250,000 a year to the Coast Coalition. We don't do that. I didn't say you did, but it's out there, and it was reported in the media, and when it gets out there, then people think that we're paying $250,000 to the Coast Coalition to the attorneys. And that's why I sat down and I outlined a lot of stuff. And this was actually not a lot of stuff. This is just probably a tip of the iceberg of the work that they do. Talk to Moby Solange. Talk to Mississippi State, who's done the studies. Talk to the scientists and talk to the legislators that are getting involved. We got letters that are coming from the Corps of Engineers thanking us for our work. Never been done before. They ignored us. And we got more work to do, because again, if they think it's not important to us and they can do anything they want, we're not going to stand in their way, then they'll go ahead and open it up again. So anyway, I'm concluding my report for a second time. All right.
Wait a minute. I want the agenda to reflect that Marshall was not involved in any of that. I was quiet. Thank you.
Well, let me try a third time at this thing. I've spoken to some of our local fishermen, And they have agreed, I think I may have even reported it at one of my previous council reports. They want to take you guys out on a working shrimp boat. I don't know how many will go. I don't know how many will be, step on a boat and see what the life of a fisherman is on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But I hope when that day comes soon, that y'all step on that boat and see what a working shrimp boat looks like.
I've worked on a shrimp boat when I was 10 years old. I know what it is.
All right, well, I'll take you up on that. They may hire you. We'll move on to, and I apologize for the length of all this stuff, but we'll move on to the public agenda. What you got?
For the sake of all those in attendance here, Mr. and Ms. Martin, concerning item 4A on the agenda, have expressed a desire to withdraw their application and would like to speak first, if y'all would give them the opportunity to do that.
With no objection, I'd like to move to the policy agenda and item 4A.
They would be citizen comments.
What's that?
I think you're saying to give them the first citizen comment.
Oh, the first citizen comment, okay. All right, we'll now open it up to public comment, citizens' comments. We have a total of allotted time, 45 minutes. You have 3 minutes. Speak on any topic that you want to. This is not question and answer on the citizens' comments section of our agenda.
Easy.
All right. State your name, address for the record.
My name is Jared Martin. I live at 13813 LaColla Street.
Hold up, sir. Your microphone's not registering.
Okay. Try that again. My name is Jared Martin. I live at 13813 LaColla Street, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. I'm representing our property at 287 Iroquois. I'd just like to state that we feel our application, that we've followed all the processes in place within the city, the guidelines, through the improvement strategy plan for construction, for East Biloxi, the whole deal. But at this time, we would like to request to withdraw for tonight with the ability to resubmit at a later date after we take a look and try to readdress some of the issues that seem to be an issue.
All right. Anyone have any objection to him withdrawing the application tonight? Director, you have any objection? Council members, y'all have any objection for him withdrawing? Make a motion. What's that? All right, when we get to it, we'll take the appropriate. All right, we'll take your advice under consideration. When we get to the item, we'll consider tabling it or withdrawing it, okay?
Specifically, with the withdrawal would be the approach.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, anyone on my left, your right? Come on up. Get to you next. Right fast, Mr. Silvestro. Right fast.
Silvestro, 181. Somebody had mentioned that. Volunteer has shown in the neighborhood that finds it hard work, things better. Over the last 2 years, I've been with I was first sewerage. I support sponsoring other things, money, our stuff. I think I've heard that it was set an example. It was spread out. What I mentioned, my street. I kind of just, a lot of people look and go, well, how much of it? Here's this, that, and maybe it's time for fresh water. I was coming down Pass Road back. In the left going, that's sorry, one of them was a Domino's truck, the other one, when he put, they were going very slow, and I was trying to figure out what they were doing, and they were trying not to damage their vehicles as trees hit the roof. That was mainly from that, just past where the Chick-fil-A was going to be, and up towards maybe Iris, but if you look, actually we're hitting the top of their trucks, so comment, but probably don't want. Thank you, everybody, and I appreciate the new councilman. It's a different view. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Silvestro. Yes, sir.
Don't need microphone, gentlemen. My name is Ben Redditor. My address is 2814 Louisiana Avenue. I actually live in St. Louis, Missouri. The last 3 months, I've had the pleasure of visiting your. I've come down a week, a month for some business. And from where I live, I'm blown away at how nice it is. From where I live, I don't know that. South of I-10, Mississippi. In my visits to this place, I had an incredible time. People, and only once or twice, he knows him. He knows him. My job is as a business consultant. A young lady who is a daughter of the city that hired me recently to help her navigate some. Separate from that, I work with a lot of investors nationally. And thank you for sharing some of the challenges you face here. A lot of that I didn't know. One of the groups that I work with runs a new horse racing. And as I went to visit the league, in this league, they have owners like Dr. J, Lamar Jackson, Tucker, and in their horse racing league, they've got teams of action. Because of my networking skill, they asked me to test a new team, cities that I think so. After one trip down here, I could see tremendous. I did not come to pitch that. I came to introduce myself, to be able to sit down with you individually, and not just discuss that, but discuss economic opportunity for all of Biloxi, because I see coming out of it. St. Louis has a lot of challenges. I've got my hands full there. Here's just, you guys are like the best kept secret. And tremendous opportunity. Close getting some of my business people from the Midwest down here for business. And it is undervalued nationally. Because building what you're coming back from. Listening to the challenges that you shared with me, I've got some ideas because of that. Ones and I wanted to just put face with I managed to watch Mayor Gillis review. I saw you, incredible passion, incredible ambition. If I could be a value add to the community, my business at work, individually, that I want to be a resource. I'll continue my work with my client, help her, but I've got so much more I would love. I stayed down for a week at a time, and I'm looking forward to this week.
Thank you for that. Okay. Anyone else on my left, your right? Raise your hand to be recognized if you want to come up and talk. Anyone on my right, your left? Anyone on this side of the room? Anyone in the back of the room, raise your hand to be recognized. Yes, sir.
I was here with some other issue, but it looks like it's been taken off the table, so it's been withdrawn, the item of the agenda. But I did it before the meeting publicly.
Name, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mariana Barbier. I'm an attorney here on the coast. I represent Harrison County Sheriff's Department, and I want to give this shout out to Chief Miller.
Your address, sir?
Pardon?
Name and address. Address.
Be 2701 24th Avenue.
Thank you.
Gulfport.
Thank you.
I understand that Chief is retiring, and I have interacted with Chief for the last 10 years representing Harrison County Sheriff's Office. I'll let y'all know that how well respected he is within the law enforcement community here on the coast. He has certainly made Biloxi proud. And I told him privately, but I think he deserves to have that shout out done publicly. So thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Did I miss anyone? Anybody else have second thoughts? They want to come up and talk about any subject on your mind? There being none, citizen comments is now closed. Move on to the policy agenda. Go ahead.
Ordinance to approve a zoning map amendment for the change in zoning district classification for a parcel of land from its present zoning of RS5 high-density single-family residential to LB limited business, identified as 287 Iroquois Street.
This was motioned by Councilman Creel. It was seconded by Councilman Shoemaker. There's been, is this the one that they want to remove? Councilman Creel.
If it's appropriate time, I'd like to make the motion to withdraw this item.
Is that the appropriate? It's correct. To withdraw, okay. Do we need a second?
Yes.
So would it be a Shoemaker?
Shoemaker, we need to do it by vote.
So
Shoemaker, I didn't hear you.
Yes, sir. Shoemaker will second.
Second, okay.
Quick question, just to clarify.
Discussion?
To withdraw based on the applicant, they've requested it to be withdrawn. It's not something the council is doing based on applicant request, we're withdrawing it all. Okay.
It's withdrawn. If it comes back at a later time, I believe they would start the process fresh.
Okay, perfect.
All right, we'll take the votes on the recommendation to withdraw.
Motion to withdraw.
Gray, yes.
Motion to withdraw, yeah.
Gray, yes.
Neal, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, sounds like 6-0. Move on to the resolutions.
Resolution dedicating the Point Cadet Plaza Pavilion in honor of George W. Lawrence.
Chair, entertain a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Creel,
Second.
second by Mr. Gray. Discussion, Mr. Creel?
Well, if I could call Mr. George up real quick and just, that way we can all get a look at him and get a couple words in. And no, listen, the guy, he grew up in the area. He lived on that corner for a long time. I believe he got married around 1962, if I'm not mistaken. So he's an old timer, been in that neighborhood on that corner for as long as I've known him. Many festivals, many Fado-dos. He and Miss Georgia were down there cutting a rug. So it couldn't be more fitting than to bring him back home and dedicate this pavilion. It'll be Point Cadet Plaza, George Lawrence Pavilion, and I couldn't be more humbled than to bring that up. Just don't talk us out of it.
I was sitting back there and thinking 24 years ago, a young lady on side of me said, "How do you feel sitting on this side of the counter?" David Fayard and I got elected in 2001. We went to a couple meetings in June. I sure like sitting on that side looking this way, because you could hear way better. Back there, Fofo, I thought you were going to get the phones fixed. I mean, nothing back there. Nothing. And Paul, I want my $100 Apple card back.
Yeah, he went there.
You're not going to use it. Anyway, to the council, thank you. It's a great honor. As a former councilman, I humbly accept this honor because it goes with me and all the people in the city of Biloxi, all the people in Ward 1. It takes a lot of people to get anything done. Not just one, it's all of us. I'm sitting around here. The only person who was here when I first got elected in 2001 was Chief Miller, who back then ran the drugs and prostitution. Not legally. He was after. He arrested a whole bunch of them, right? A whole bunch in jail, but that's how I got started. He's the only one. Some of them not even here anymore. But as far as an honor like this, I humbly accept it. I really do. Makes me feel good. I started on that pavilion in 1959, stationed in the National Guard. And that's where we did our training. So I lived there 50 years. the Seafood Museum, everything, for 66 years. I've never left that rock. So anyway, I can't get more appreciative than what y'all doing for me. Thank you.
All right, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Mr. Gray, you have the floor. Mr. Gray.
I think he couldn't have been named after a better person. Mr. George, family man. He's all about Biloxi and the point. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Mr. Tisdale?
George, I want to congratulate you. I didn't realize you could sit in the council chambers and keep your mouth closed this long in a council meeting. I want you to know that. I also want to point out that we have 4 new council members, and now Kenny's the old man on the council. And, everybody...
But not the oldest.
Everybody wants to tell you what to do, but nobody wants this. Very few people want this job. It takes a little bit of courage to do it. You have to have a thick skin. Otherwise, you cry yourself to sleep every night, and there are not many crybabies up here. Everybody's just trying to do the best they can. To do that year after year, for how many years, George? 24? That's a long time. It's well deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shoemaker, you got anything? Shoemaker, you awake?
Yeah, I just couldn't hear. I can't hear you hardly.
You got anything to talk about, George?
Yeah, George, congratulations. We didn't get to work together long, but really, you've been around a long time, done a great job, and perfect person to have your name there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great. Any other comments?
I can't wait to go down there and see the sign up.
All right.
To bring that up.
Mr. Marshall, I'm coming back to you. You got anything?
Mr. George, didn't get a chance to serve with you, but I've been trying to follow in your footsteps. Thank you.
Hey, good stuff.
All right, George, I lovingly nicknamed George the godfather of the council. He looks the part. He's Italian. He looks the part and everything. But before I got elected, George lived right up the street from the 4 Points by Sheridan. I was the general manager there. And I got the chance to come down there, and he'd have some sweet tea, I think, is what he had. And I'd listen to him and Fayard and others talk about what's going on in the council. And then about a year after that, I got elected, and we had a few, only 3 of us, for the most part, would have some council meetings down there. I want to applaud again my colleague on the council, Jamie Creel. We came up to a solution because the first thing we were going to do, George, we had this beautiful statue that we had picked out, and we had the right spot. It was going to be right on the side of the Golden Fisherman over there, but it cost too much. We didn't have any money in the budget, so we figured we'd put the sign up, anyway.
City has a sign department, so we're good there.
Well, congratulations, my friend. You've been great to us, and certainly when we first got elected, your wealth and wisdom certainly appreciated, and I'm sure it will still be for years to come. Enjoy your retirement.
Mr. President, let me jump.
Mayor.
I've said my 2 cents. They talking about drinking was it sweet tea? We drank a Moscow Mule, didn't we?
I didn't know.
Ed, tell them what I told you when you first walked up here.
Went a bunch of
And we did. I think Jerry was right there. Three of us. I said, George, I never thought I'd say this, but I miss you. We love you, Cap. We love you. That's right. Yeah, short-term rental. That's right.
We love you, George. We love you.
George, you can come back every council meeting for 3 minutes. Every council meeting.
So I guess we'll call
And a lot of stuff y'all are talking about rings a bell. The ballpark's being fixed, $6.1 million. The Singer got $6 million. We just got to get that finished. The P at Port Avenue, it's been a tough fight. I mean, it takes a lot to do it. We always tried to rebuild it back with the concrete where it was staying, and that's been one of the biggest fights, trying to get the money to do that. The building back with wood is going back in the next hurricane. It don't do any good.
Is this the kinder, gentler George?
Huh?
Is this the kinder, gentler George here?
Yeah, that's, I'm trying to be nice.
I see.
Paul told me, you better be nice tonight.
That's
Thank you, George.
Like that, bring back all the things you were doing. It's still happening. It's still going on for the city. So to y'all, the mayor, do the best thing for the city of Biloxi and the people in the city. That's our job. We work for them.
That's right.
Yep. Thank you. All right. We've got a vote. Mr. Gray?
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Neal, yes.
Glavin, yea?
Corey, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
Sounds like it's unanimous. Congratulations. They did.
Needed that.
Okay.
Second. All right. Go ahead and continue.
Resolution appointing Laura Alley to the Biloxi Beautification Commission for a term beginning October 7, 2025, and ending October 6, 2028.
Chair, entertain a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Creel. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Gray. Discussion, Mr. Creel?
So, as we all know, this beautification committee has been talked about, tossed around a time or two or 10, but come to find out, it's been on the books for a minute, and so we're just trying to revive it and get it back started. I know the mayor and administration has a anti-litter campaign going on, so based on the parameters of this beautification committee, one of the things that falls under it is an anti-litter campaign. So I believe once we get the other 6 voting members appointed and confirmed, they can grab this campaign and help walk it down the street and get the ball rolling, amongst other things that we'll have within the term of the deal. The Beautification Commission is there to advise and coordinate with all city officials, agencies, and civic groups with regard to the development of a comprehensive beautification plan, and shall conduct citywide educational programs, anti-litter and cleanup campaigns in coordination with proper officials, agencies, and groups. The commission shall advise and coordinate with the building official with regard to all housing code enforcement. So I would invite my colleagues to help support Ms. Lotta Alley, and then once we get the vote, if possible, I'd like to get her to say a few words.
Mr. Gray, you have the floor. You seconded it.
Yes, this is something the people has asked for on the campaign trail to bring this back. And they would like to see a beautification crew also that can help beautify Biloxi, coming into Biloxi whenever they get off one of our exits. And that's what they're asking for. So I can't wait to see what this committee does.
Okay. Any other comments? Any other comments? I just want to make one because Mr. Silvestro made some comments earlier. If there's not enough spots to appoint all the people that want to be on this commission, there's always a spot for volunteers. So just because you may not be an official beautification commission member doesn't mean they're going to need help. I don't know where this is going to go. I think it's going to go in the right direction. I think if we get the right people on here and they got the right outline of responsibilities. I think it'll go in the right direction. We should give it a go. So again, I appreciate Jamie for championing this cause. I hope you pick up that torch and ensure it doesn't go out, and that we'll be real proud of you for carrying that torch, because this is I think it's a monumental effort to get it off the ground, and if it gets off the ground the right way, it'll have a big impact. Any other comments? You want to call Ms. Laura up? I'll let you do it.
Vote, or you want to
Call her up.
Ms. Alley, would you like to come up real quick and say a few words? I know there's a lot of Burnage, but she's since been married, so it's a lot of Burnage Alley, so.
Okay, I wrote a little something. I don't like a whole lot of attention, so I'm really nervous.
It says who?
You want to look into the camera?
Just kidding.
Let me put my glasses on. Good evening, Mayor, Village, City Council members, residents, and friends. I'm truly honored and humbled to stand before you today as the first appointee to the City of Biloxi Beautification Commission in nearly 50 years. To be a part of a legacy that hasn't heard new voices in half a century is both inspiring and a profound responsibility. Biloxi is a city of history, heart, and beauty. Its streets, parks, and waterfronts are more than just public spaces. They are reflections of our community spirit. Serving on this commission will allow me to work to preserve and enhance that spirit, ensuring that our city continues to shine, where residents take pride and visitors are welcome. I'd like to thank the City Council, Councilman Jamie Creel in particular, for entrusting me with this important role. This appointment isn't just about one person. It's about the collaboration, vision, and dedication of everyone who loves Biloxi as much as I do. I'm committed to listening, learning, and contributing that will make Biloxi not only beautiful, but extraordinary. Together, we can honor our past, celebrate our present, and create a vibrant future for generations to come. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this incredible opportunity. Now let's get to work, Biloxi. Thank you.
All right, we got to vote for it first. We got to vote first.
Do I sit here while y'all vote?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh gosh, the pressure.
All right, let's go ahead and start. Mr. Gray, where are you?
Yes.
Marshall, yes.
Neal, yes.
Glavin, yay.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, that's a unanimous decision. Congratulations. All right. Item D.
Resolution granting conditional use approval to authorize an existing single-family residence to be utilized as a short-term rental for the property identified as 130 Duquesne Street.
Chair, entertain a motion.
So moved.
Who moved?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Creel. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right. Second by Mr. Gray. Mr. Creel.
Yes, sir. This is in the same neighborhood. We visited, and Mr. Creel, if you can confirm, we visited one here on this street. I want to say it's actually adjacent to this house that we approved 2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 meetings ago that met the requirements for the short-term rentals. It's right there next to, in the filling station in the behind Mug Shots and Patio 44, within walking distance of downtown and the entertainment district. So I would just urge your support. And correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
Does that conclude your report?
Question.
Do you have anything else to add, Mr. Creel?
Y'all have approved a number of short-term rentals in this same area.
I was talking to Mr. Creel.
Oh, yeah. So the other thing is, it has more than adequate parking. I think it only requires 2 parking spaces, and I believe they have 5. So it has more parking than what's required, and the owner and/or manager grandson will be living in close proximity to where, if there is an issue, someone can be there within half an hour, if not less. So as far as I know, according to the Planning Commission, they met the requirements.
Anything else to add, Mr. Jerry Creel? Mr. Gray?
No, I have nothing.
Anyone else?
Nope.
Yeah, just a quick question.
Tisdale.
I'm not supporting this. Again, my position has been that this is in an established neighborhood, and we had a similar case maybe close to this location, maybe about 3 weeks ago, I voted the same way, so I'm just being consistent. If this was along a commercial corridor or in a business district, something like that, I'd be fine with that, but under these circumstances, I can't vote for it. Thank you.
All right. Any other discussion? We'll start with Mr. Gray.
Gray, yes.
Mr. Marshall, yes.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, no.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, passes 6-1. Next item.
Resolution granting conditional use approval to allow an auto repair and service facility to be located within an NB neighborhood business zoning on property identified as 1899 Pass Road.
Chair, entertain a motion.
Yes.
I'll second that.
All right, motion by Mr. Nails, seconded by Mr. Tisdale. Mr. Nails, you have the floor.
Well, we need this in this neighborhood. I think they're going to, repair tires and work on cars?
It'll be auto body work, auto repair without body work.
No painting?
No paint. And the conditions that went before the Planning Commission with the approval was that they would not be doing any repairs outside. They would not block Wall Street, which is on the east side, and that all of the cars being held for repair would be held in the rear of the property. This is the old Classy Chassis building.
All right, Mr. Tisdale?
Yeah, I attended the Planning Commission meeting and heard everything that was said. I have no problem with this at all. I'm glad to see the building being used, and I certainly welcome the owner into that neighborhood. Thank you.
Any additional discussion? There being none, call for the question, starting with Mr. Gray.
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, yea.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, passes unanimous. Move on to item F.
Resolution authorizing acceptance of the risk management insurance program for the city of Biloxi.
I'll make that motion.
All right, motion by Mr. Tisdale. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Creel. Mr. Tisdale.
Yeah, I don't know if the administration has anything to add, but basically there's an increase in property insurance of $41,000, which is an increase of about 6%. And we heard Mr. Bordeaux, I think last week, the last meeting, which was 2 weeks ago, who went through all of this, and of course we all got a handout and followed it. So that's a pretty good rate compared to what it was last year and the increase that we might have expected, but which didn't materialize. So I have no problem supporting this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tisdale. Mr. Creel?
Nothing further.
Anyone else have any questions on item F? No one has any questions. Call for the question. Mr. Gray?
No question. Call for the vote?
Yep.
Oh, Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, yea.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, that got rubber stamped. Passes unanimous. Item G.
Resolution requesting termination of a lease agreement at the term of expiration pertaining to Resolution 58722, authorizing entry into an out-lease agreement with the United States Postal Service for the third floor of the post office, and also to request that the employees are relocated to city-owned locations that is suitable.
Chair, entertain a motion.
Motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second for discussion.
Second for discussion by Mr. Creel. Mr. Marshall, you have the floor.
I received a letter from the mayor stating that they have intentions of moving out of the building and closing the lease. As far as I'm concerned, that's great. We're glad to hear that. All this is going to do is just put us all on the same page. We're all gonna be doing it, doing the same thing, we're gonna come out at least. I had this done as broadly as possible to give the city as many options as possible. The main goal was to stop paying for rent for a building when we already have spaces available. I understand that the administration said they're gonna go on and do it. Like I said, they just basically puts us all on the same page.
All right. Mr. Crew?
Yeah, just to add further, I believe this resolution was on the agenda prior to us receiving the email, so it's just basically states what the email says, and according to administration, they've been working on this for approximately the past 2 months, so it, as Councilman Marshall said, it just puts us all on the same page and we can move forward.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to say something.
All right, Mr. Gray?
I commend the administration for listening to us and listening to the people about trying to move our employees out of some of these buildings that we're paying high rent to try to save money. We own a building, it only makes sense to go in there and move them into those buildings as long as our employees are safe at the building they're going to. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Gray. I just got a comment on this, and I understand the intent is to ensure that we're going to move our employees out of that building and save some money and move them into another building. I was aware of the mayor's plan to do this, and it's another reason, in my opinion, if we're going to start putting resolutions on without talking to the administration first, then we're going to have these resolutions put on that probably a conversation could have avoided it. Not to say it's wrong, but I think the intent is the same intent that the mayor and the administration has on the action that they're trying to take. I would just, you don't have to do it. You can put resolutions on and not talk to the administration if you have an idea, but sometimes picking up the phone, talking to the administration is a good thing. Communication is always good. And I think the mayor's had an open door. I think Rick has had an open door, and that's the channel that we've established, is to start with them and to go through with these great ideas that we all have. So I like it. I like the path that the mayor was taking, and I certainly like the intent. You're thinking the right way, of course. And so that's my 2 cents. Any other discussion?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Communication goes both ways. Okay?
Absolutely.
Every member of this council has had this conversation repeatedly since I've been here. I know this conversation was going on before I even got here.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the mayor to not have communicated that they have intentions to do that prior to me putting this on the agenda, that's not my fault. Yeah? It's not like I woke up one morning and did this. Okay, this is not something that was blindsided anybody, didn't come in out the blue. If he had that intention, he could have said that to us when we went to budget meetings, when we was putting out the budget amounts. This could have been stated then. There are many opportunities. The open door policy goes both ways. This is an open door here also. So if he had that plan, he should have came forward. I commend him for what he's doing. I respect him. But this puts us on the same page. We're on the same path, we're going the same direction. You're right, better communication. I believe that communication could have came from the other side. And then would have stopped and said, hey, I got this thing going, we're gonna move out of there, and that would have been the end of it. But no one here knew that, except for you, it sounds like, and him. So that's where your communication ended at.
I can't disagree with anything that you said, Councilman Marshall. If y'all both walk through the door, then that helps. But if we both don't walk through the door, then stuff like this happens. Call for the question. Mr. Gray?
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, nay.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
Motion passes 6-1. Next item.
Resolution authorize entry into a facility rental agreement with the United States Air Force Band and approving a waiver of facility rental fees.
Chair will entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Made by Mr. Tisdale. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Creel. Discussion, Mr. Tisdale.
Yeah, I'm consistently, in the past, voted against waiving facility rental agreements, but this is the United States Air Force Band. That's why I'm supporting this facility rental waiver. There are others on the agenda tonight, and I'll vote accordingly there, but I'll support this because it's the United States Air Force Band. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tisdale. Mr. Creel.
Not to mention, I too concur with the opposition of the fees being waived. However, United States Air Force and a free concert. So yes, I would concur and urge support.
Very good. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Call for the question, Mr. Gray.
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, yea.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
Motion passes unanimous. Item I.
Resolution reauthorizing entry into a rental facility agreement with the Mississippi Department of Employment Security and approving a waiver of rental facility fees due to a change in dates.
All right. Chair, entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Made by Mr. Creel. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Gray. Mr. Creel.
Yeah, so quick question. I'm looking at H that we just approved. It's a reduction in fee for $3,000, and then this is a reduction for $5,000. It's the same venue, if I'm not mistaken. So what's the difference in the cost?
I would say probably 2 days.
Having come up to
It's at a two-day
rental. So the 5,000 is for 2 days as opposed to the one for? Okay, thank you.
All right.
There was a change in date. They were proposing to do that this month, and they're moving that forward because they have worked with Ingalls, the power company, several others from the Department of Employment Services to get this program up and operational to offer jobs in the energy department. And that's what this is for. And they moved that till the fall.
Okay, is this
or spring, I'm sorry.
Is this an annual deal that we do for them all the time, or no?
Not to my knowledge.
No, okay, so this is a one-time, this is the first time they've had this? Okay.
At this level, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And this is from the governor's office.
I think it's been at the Coliseum in prior years, so.
Well, this is state versus you, but no.
That's it. Mr. Gray?
Yeah, only thing I say is I just hope they can bring plenty of people to fill up our hotels.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons, Councilman Gray, in which they moved that from the October timeframe until later on in the spring.
Right. That's all I have.
Any other discussion? And you did say this is kind of to recruit to see if they can create some jobs as well, or?
No, this is a job fair, basically.
It is a job fair.
Energy side, so it's not only bringing in individuals to hire, but also bringing in individuals as far as companies and corporations.
Gotcha. Okay. Call for the question, Mr. Gray.
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, yea.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, no.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right. Resolution passes 6-1. Need a motion, are we going to go into executive session here? Or you want to go after consent? Okay, I need a motion on the consent.
I'll make that motion.
Moved by Mr. Tisdale.
Second.
Second by Mr. Creel. Mr. Tisdale.
I have, yes, I have one question on item K, Christie. And this is just the lingo. I'm not familiar with the lingo. This has to do with relocation and reinstallation of whatever an LSCTU is for use with the VT supervisory control and data acquisition, the SCADA. So I just have no idea what that is. I'd like to know what I'm voting on.
So basically, that's the tower that's on the top of Main Street, the old water department.
Right.
That's the tower that communicates with all the lift stations and wells and tanks and
Okay.
communicates back to our servers.
Gotcha. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Creel?
Oh, okay, so maybe here a minute. All right, let's see. On item B, the sponsorship proposal with Christmas on the Water. With these sponsorships and the non-departmentals that we do we get a follow-up audit, not necessarily an audit, but a follow-up on their expenditures and what that money was used for on an annual basis, or for any non-departmental for example, he says he's marketing Biloxi. Do we know where he spent it, what he used it on, and where it went, or?
I can't answer that.
I don't think they do anything formal, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm for the thing. I was just wondering that if we could get some backup to where we.
Reconciliation.
I think it's fine to, as we do it, and if this passes, we can say we want a follow-up report on how many people attended, just some
Right,
data.
yeah, just to justify it. That way, if he comes back next year and needs more money, then that way he can justify it. It's going to work for him as well. Item G, Chief, just real quick, and it's not formal, it's just this Walmart grant, is there an amount that you're searching for? Is it up to, or is it even included on how much is?
Yeah, they have set amounts. I think this one, if I remember correctly, is $1,000.
$1,000? Okay, thank you.
And that goes shot for the cop.
Yeah. Let's see here. Item I. So on item I, on the surplus property that we put out there that we voted for previously that goes out for sale, do we get a follow-up on, once it's sold, what it was, like a reconciliation of what was sold, what the amount of money it was, and what is brought in?
Yeah, it comes with the items that that we have surplus, so they'll be able to report back on what it's sold for.
Right, so we do get an item on.
Yeah, we should.
Come back to us.
Okay, perfect. Let's see here. On O, so looking at this lease agreement, I believe it's for 4 years, and the city's responsible for the water. Is there a power hookup for this vessel? And if there is, do we pay the power, or do they pay the power?
No, this is basically the pontoon vessel. It's not on power. It's
going to be occupying the slip. I know we're covering the water.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it had power that needed to be hooked up, and if it does, who pays the power?
There's no power to my knowledge, but I'm fine with an amendment that if there is power, that they would pay power.
That they would be,
You
okay.
want to make that amendment?
Right. Oh, and just really quick, one more question before I make that amendment is, does this pontoon, is it required to move at the Billfish tournament as well with everyone else, or is it out of the scope?
It's out of, I think it's actually been in that spot for a number of years and kind of under the radar. We didn't have any sort of a slip agreement with it.
Okay, so I don't know when the proper time to make the amendment, would it be?
Right now.
Right, so if I could make the amendment, according to legal counsel advising if there is a power bill, that it would be the responsibility of the Mississippi State University Research and Extension Center.
I'll second it.
Second.
Item O.
All right, discussion, Mr. Creel?
I don't think there's any further discussion. I think we're good there. If there's a power bill, they got it.
All right, Mr. Tisdale?
Nothing to add, thank you.
Anyone have any discussion on the amendment?
No.
Nobody? Okay, we'll vote on the amendment. Mr. Gray?
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Neal, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes, I'm sorry.
All right.
All right.
Record show the amendment passed. when the proper time comes, we'll vote on the consent agenda. This item has been amended.
All right, real quick on item Q. I see we're changing some things here. I guess my only question, I see one is less expensive than the other. I guess my question is the viability of one versus other. Is one just as good, or is one not accessible, or why the difference?
Yes. One, they're just as good as the other as long as the gradation is the same. We did meet with, or we did discuss it with MDOT. They do allow crushed concrete instead of 610, so it's an acceptable
Replacement.
substitution. He happens to have a lot left over from some of his infrastructure projects and offered this to us as a means to save. It's not a whole lot of money, but it's a little bit, and every little bit counts, so.
Absolutely, it's 36,000, so yeah, we'll take it. Perfect. Yes, ma'am, thank you. Let's see here. Okay, item U. So Smoke in the Sound, I'm all for this. I mean, Smoke in the Coast, I apologize, sound's not coming back, Smoke in the Coast. I'm all for this event. My only question is the in-kind contributions that we're doing with the barricades, the stage, and all the things. Is there any way we can assess a value to that, so that way we'll know what our in-kind contribution to this event is?
$3,500.
35. Perfect, thank you. Okay, item CC. If I could, I'd like to propose amendment at this time. Currently with this resolution, it is, we've decreased and made arrangements with Key Impact to decrease the monthly amount of, and not to mention, he's going to provide us with monthly summaries. The only amendment I would like to input and add to it is that A, the monthly summaries are distributed to the council for review, and B, that he would be accessible to us at a meeting, either via phone or in person, to where if we had council questions, he would be able to answer the questions.
If available, if he's...
If available, like I said, it doesn't have to be in person, it can be via phone. It doesn't have to be at that meeting, it could be at a subsequent meeting, but based on the summaries that it just says, the agreement says that he submits a summary. I just wanted it to also be said that he submits the summary and the summary is distributed to the council, and then added where at a subsequent meeting thereafter, he is available to address any questions anyone may have.
Everybody understand the amendment? Anybody have any question on Councilman Creel's amendment? Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Gregg.
Yeah, I have no comment.
All right. Any additional comments?
No additional comments.
No comments from Mr. Gray. Anyone else have any comments on the amendment? Okay, we'll call for the question. Mr. Gray, on the amendment.
Gray, yes.
You abstaining or?
Abstain.
Okay. Mr. Marshall abstains.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, yea.
Creel, yes.
I'll vote in favor of the amendment since it clarifies the responsibility of the consultant in reporting to the council. Thank you.
Mr. Shoemaker?
Sorry, y'all, I'm on mute again. Shoemaker, yes.
Okay. All right, let the record show it's 6-0 and 1 abstained. All right, that is again on the amendment. When we vote at the proper time, we'll vote on the consent agenda, and this item is amended. Any other items?
That's it. That's the last one. So.
All right, covered a lot. Anybody else have any items they want to speak to?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Gray.
I'd like to bring Mr. Kenny Foreman up on item U. Give him a little, let him give us a little insight about this if we can.
Ivan?
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks for hearing us. So my name is Kenny Foreman. I represent the crew of Neptune, also represent Trident Foundation, 501c3, a charitable arm of the crew of Neptune. We are the largest Mardi Gras crew in the state of Mississippi. We have over 560 members right now.
Are you speaking to Mike, Kenny?
I'm sorry. I apologize. Is that better?
You're fine.
All right. So Smoking the Sound we have coming up. Excuse me. I'm doing the same
I did the
thing.
same thing. I apologize. It's me. It's me.
So Smoking the Coast will be coinciding the same weekend of Thunder Over the Sound. We are a proud community partner, meaning the Trident Foundation and the crew of Neptune, with that event. As part of that event, we will be actually donating, physically cooking and delivering close to 900 meals for that weekend. We'll take care of all the volunteers, the dignitaries, as well as the pilots and crews and whatnot for the event that weekend. What we're looking for is part of our event with Memphis Barbecue Network is partnering with us to do a barbecue event where we'll be bringing in professional pit masters from all over the United States. We'll also have some local events that will include kids events, backyard events, all that sort of thing. All proceeds that we're able to bring in will be used for our charitable arm of Neptune, which will be the Trident Foundation. We are 100% volunteer-based. We make no profits off of what we're doing. And these funds will specifically be earmarked for disaster relief efforts. With government budget cuts, FEMA, for example, we don't know what's going to be available to us when we have the next big event down here, and we all know it's going to come at some point. So organizations like ours are going to be critical in those times of needs. These funds will go 100% towards helping our local community, and so basically what we're needing is assistance with the barriers, and we'll have live entertainment. We obviously will need lighting. We've submitted the request of what we're going to need for that event, and again, we would appreciate any help that the council on that.
Thank you. Yeah, last year the event was very good. I know it was kind of different. It was a Neptune event, but I'm glad to see it went over to Triton. I mean, y'all do great things. Y'all raised a lot of money last year, I believe, cooking hamburgers and stuff like that. So I'm glad to see y'all took the wheel and going a different approach. How many people do you think is going to show up to here?
Well, being that it's in line with the current event, we're looking at probably upwards of 10,000 people that'll be coming through our event that weekend. We also plan to have a viewing area for Smoking the Sound. So
right.
There's really no telling. It could definitely exceed that, but I'm very comfortable with 10,000.
Right, okay, that's all I have.
All right, Mr. Tisdale?
Yeah, sorry, but it kind of flipped the switch. I'm thinking this would be a special event. As you know, this would be classified as a special event, so you've got to follow a procedure to determine roughly what the number of folks are who are going to show up, to determine whether it's a tier 5 or a 4, 3, 2, or a 1, depending on the crowd that it draws.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
It's on the Great Lawn at Harrah's. We've within the confines of Harrah's. So
okay. So does that? We would still need to know that, though, would we not, Chief?
We'll confer with the
Right, just because of the logistics involved and how many officers are required and what all's going on in the city, where officers are deployed or anything. So just be sure to follow up with that as soon as you can with the police department. Thank you.
Any other comments? Nope. Thank you, sir. Either. All right, who's next up? Mr. Marshall? Any items on the consent?
Discussion.
Oh. Want me to come back to you?
Actually, I think everybody got everything covered, so I'm good.
All right. Mr. Nail, you got anything on there?
No, thanks.
All right. Mr. Shoemaker, you got anything?
Sir.
All right, I got a question on an item. This is item F, and this is the police department budget, $50,000, looks like a grant, and I looked through the detail, 20,000 of it is for overtime?
Only for the bomb squad. This can only be used for the bomb squad.
Bomb squad, but it can go into our police department for the bomb squad overtime?
That's right.
Okay. And the other is for supplies and different things as well?
Grant we've gotten for many, many years, because they may respond as far as, the other side of Mississippi, they could go to New Orleans.
Gotcha. Was this accounted for, or we just found out about the grant, we didn't know if we were going to be awarded it, so it wasn't part of the budget?
That's how it is.
That's right. Understood. I just wanted, that's good. That's good. We get a little extra land up there. And I'm assuming the other ones, we didn't anticipate those either. Those weren't in the budget either. The item G and H. The Walmart one, I'm not really worried about the Walmart one, but.
Particular time of the year, so you just have to kind of follow it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's all I had. No big deal. All right. There being no other questions on the consent, I'll call for the question to approve the consent, and then afterwards we'll go down the line with the exceptions. So we'll start with Mr. Gray. Approve the consent.
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Neal, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, and now we'll ask for the exceptions, starting with Mr. Gray.
A and CC. That's it.
A and CC?
Yep.
All right. Mr. Marshall, any exceptions?
CC, DD.
Did you get those?
DD.
Daryl, DD.
D is in dog, DD.
D?
D.
D, okay. All right, Mr. Nail, any exceptions?
I'm good.
All right. I have no exceptions. Mr. Creel, you have any exceptions?
Exceptions is a DD.
All right. Mr. Tisdale, any exceptions?
A and CC.
All right. Mr. Shoemaker?
No exceptions.
Thank you, gentlemen. Consent agenda with the exceptions and the revisions have been, amendments have been approved. All right, we now, let me get through this executive session. I need a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of examining the necessity to go into executive session.
I'll make that.
Discuss,
Go ahead.
hold up, to discuss a potential litigation with the Biloxi Shuckers and rental of city facilities. Is that adequate?
Yes.
All right.
I'll make that motion.
Made by Mr. Tisdale, seconded by Mr. Creel. We need to go down the line. So, Mr. Nail, any discussion, by the way? Any discussion? All right. Mr. Nail, we're trying to go into executive session.
Oh, okay.
All right. Mr. Gray?
What are we asking?
Going into executive session.
Oh,
basically.
yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Baker, yes.
And Glavin, yes. All right, wait, we're not ready, we're not finished yet. Yes? Oh, you didn't say nail, yes?
Neal, yes.
All right, we got you. We nailed it. All right. All right, Chair, entertain a motion to conclude the closed session and reconvene in an open meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All right, made by Mr. Tisdale, seconded by Mr. Creel. Any discussion? There being none, call for the question. Mr. Gray?
Gray, yes.
Gray, yes.
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
All right.
Neil, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, very good. Now I need a motion to go in, for the council to go into executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, made by Mr. Tisdale, seconded by Mr. Creel. Any discussion? There being none, call for the question. Mr. Gray?
Gray, yes.
I've seen a lot of yeses, but
You abstaining or what?
you breaking out high? Marshall, yes.
Thank you.
Neil, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
All right, we're in executive session, gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Wasn't even close.
Who did?
Where'd Mike Nail go? Is he curled up in the corner going to sleep? Past his bedtime.
All right, gentlemen. Chair entertain a motion for council to conclude the executive session and reconvene in an open meeting, and that no action was taken.
I'll make that motion.
Made by Mr. Tisdale. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Creel. Any discussion?
None.
There being no discussion, we'll call for the question. We're going back into regular session. Okay.
Marshall, yes.
Glavin, yea?
Greer, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
Nail, yes.
All right, unanimous. Again, no action was taken. We'll now open it up to code enforcement hearings, but before we open it up, I just want to clarify some things. If the director has a case and he says that the case is resolved, there's no other action that will be taken. I kind of misstepped it at our last meeting. And the reason being, when there's no action taken, that means there's nobody here to speak on their behalf. And so what you can do, if you have a question about a case in here, you can request them to go relook at the property, but let that be after the meeting has concluded. So I just wanted to clarify that point of order. All right, Director, we'll go ahead and open it up.
Okay, item A, Dawn Lynn Langson, 356 East Drive. That case has been resolved. Item B, Harold Danny Regal, 346 Porter Avenue. That case has been resolved. Item C, Ty Duong Life Estate, 306 Penny Avenue. That case has been resolved. Item D, Hy Van Wyn and Ben Van Wyn, 526 Division Street. This property is still in violation.
Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of Hy Van Wyn and Ben Van Wyn, 526 Division Street?
Good.
There being no one, this case is closed.
Item E, Calvin R. Moffitt, 575 Esters Boulevard. That case has been resolved. Item F, Deborah A. Caelbley, 1702 Ridgeway Drive. This property is still in violation. Let me explain what this is. We've gotten a number of complaints about this blocking visibility at that intersection. The ordinance says that you can't have anything in the 30-foot sight triangle that is between 3 feet and 7 feet in height, that visibility has to be cleared. And this is in the sight triangle. We've gotten a number of complaints about it.
Okay, is there anyone here to speak on behalf of Deborah A. Caelbley, 1702 Ridgeway Drive? There being no one, this case is closed.
Item G, Florida and Carsondale East, 288 Howard Avenue. That case has been resolved. Item H, Hollywood LLC, 1628 Hollywood Boulevard. That case has been resolved. Item I, Classic Designs LLC, 392 Shell Street. That case has been resolved. Item J, Wetlands, 1031 Holdings LLC, 1744 Pass Road. That case has been resolved. Item K, Biloxi MHC LLC, 1718 Pass Road. That case has been resolved. Item L, James E. and Judith H. Thomas, 10420 Live Oak Drive. That case has been resolved. Item M, Bruce E. King, trustee, 10318 Pin Oak Drive. That case has been resolved. Item N, Kruger Properties, LLC, 10326 Pine Oak Drive. That case has been resolved. Item O, Richard F. Okolanowski, 307 Forest Avenue, we would ask for a 14-day extension on this piece of property.
Chair, entertain a motion for a 14-day extension. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Made by Mr. Gray. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by, what's that? All right, seconded by Mr. Nail. Discussion?
None?
None.
Anyone else? All in favor, Mr. Gray?
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Neal, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
Okay, 14-day extension granted. Next item.
Item P, Mall Van Trien, 341 Crawford Street. That case has been resolved. Item Q, Audrey Griffith, 225 Baptist Alley. This property is still in violation.
With that vehicle.
That's a cruiser.
Anyone here to speak on behalf of Audrey Griffin, 225 Baptist Alley? There being no one, this case is closed.
Item R, Vu Van Nguyen in Hai Thai Lee, 178 Oak Street. That case has been resolved. Item S, Vu Van Nguyen in Hai Thai Lee, 0 Oak Street. That case has been resolved. Item T, Duck M in Hai Thai Lee, 289 4th Street. That case has been resolved. Item U, Elliott Spears Estate, 427 Raynor Street. We would ask the council for a 90-day extension on this property. The lady came and met with me. They are trying to resolve some title issues on the property, and then their plan is to put it up for sale. So if the would grant us 90.
Chair, entertain a motion for a 90-day extension.
I'll make that motion.
Moved by Mr. Creel. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Nail. Discussion, Mr. Creel?
It looks like they need 90. I'm good with it.
All right, discussion, Mr. Nail.
I hope they get the title straightened out so they can sell it.
All right, any other discussion? There being none, we'll call for the question. Mr. Gray?
Gray, no.
Marshall?
Come back to me.
Mr. Nail?
Yes.
Your name and your vote, please. Your name and your vote.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, yea.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
Coming back to you.
Hold on, Kenny. Can I redo my vote on that one?
Mr. Gray would like to change his vote?
To a yes.
All right, Mr. Gray is yes.
Yep.
Mr. Marshall?
Marshall abstain.
Abstain, okay. Marshall abstain. So we got 6-0-1.
Item V, Joseph Albert Yoakum, 761 Bay Breeze Drive. First of all, it's still in violation, and this is a...
Excuse me, Mr. Creel. We're good? Okay, continue, Mr. Creel.
This is a structure that was damaged by fire. It's in the Bay Breeze subdivision.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to point out is that there have been concerns that maybe D.R. Horton was still involved in the structure. D.R. Horton is not involved in the structure. It is strictly Mr. Yoakum as listed, but it is still in violation.
Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of Joseph Albert Yoakum? 761 Bay Breeze Drive. There being no one, this case is closed.
Item W, Philip H. Sass Revocable Trust, 0 Railroad Street. That case has been resolved.
Very good. Code enforcement is now concluded. I need a motion on routine. Moved by Mr. Tisdale. Need a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Creel. Mr. Tisdale?
Not a thing.
Mr. Creel?
Concur.
Okay, we'll start with Mr. Any other discussion?
Can we get Mr. Walt Brody up?
No, I'll give him the report.
All right.
I think there's $671, about 5 to 6 days away in the last stages. We'll be expecting some, I think on the 23rd's agenda, about $300,000 worth of claims. So we'll be, not 60 days ahead, but when we get that within 4 or 5 days, that'll put us in a mode that we can move. We're expecting 60 days in a continual mode, and we need to put some pressure on MEMA in order to stay 60 days ahead. But nothing has changed, nothing has been additional put on it for whatever reason, but there's $671,000 in 4 or 5 days away.
Thank you, Mayor. Any other discussion?
No, that's all I have.
All in favor, or, excuse me, we'll call for the vote. Mr. Gray?
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, yes.
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
Very good. Motion passes. Mr. Gray, you have the floor to kind of wrap things up here. Move to, we'll adjourn.
Yeah. I'd like to close in honor of Mose Bear, business owner, a Marine, and Mr. Bobby Irby, a figure of the city also in Wool Market, well-known, well-liked man. So I'd like to close in their honor.
And Mr. Roland Weeks?
And Mr. Roland Weeks.
Okay. Good. All in favor, we'll go ahead and that motion, do I have a second? Seconded by everybody?
Second, everybody.
All right. Now we'll take the verbal votes.
Gray, yes.
Marshall, yes.
Nail, yes.
Glavin, yea?
Creel, yes.
Tisdale, yes.
Shoemaker, yes.
Thank you, gentlemen. We are now adjourned. Have a happy cruise on the coast.